Hi, BUSN 1360 Software Apps for Business students in the L01 full semester fully online class. So welcome to the 2021 spring semester. This is me, Dr. McGrory, Joan McGrory, and I'm going to be your instructor throughout this semester. So welcome. Glad to meet you in this virtual online class and excited for you because this class really has a lot of tools that are going to help you to learn. I think you're going to like it. I really do. And what I wanted to talk to you about today was the class schedule so that you start off right, you know what the pacing is, you know what you got to do, and as a result, you're successful. So my plan is hopefully to keep this video short and to show you how to kind of fast log into PAWS, the website you need to bookmark that, how to locate your class schedule, and how to save that schedule to your computer, and I suggest that for easy reference, and then how to review the schedule weekly, because we're going to look at it together weekly because you're going to need to do that, okay, so that you stay on pace. So let's do that. I'm going to switch over to my browser. Now the browser that I'm using is Chrome. The browser that comes on your Windows computer is typically Edge. There's also Firefox, but the browser that tends to work the best is Chrome. It's good to have multiple browsers on your computer because oftentimes if something does not work well on one, you can open another browser and sometimes it works just fine in that other browser. So I really recommend that for this class. Now, on this Southwest homepage for our college, some students will go into My Southwest and they'll log in and then they'll click the pause icon. There's nothing wrong with that. You can also click just pause right up here. That might be a little bit faster. But what I would suggest is that instead of going to the Southwest main page and then clicking or logging in to get to this page, I would instead suggest that you simply, I'm sorry, I've got a timer going off here. I would instead suggest that you just bookmark this page, okay? That way you come to it. Also, you can always go directly to this page by simply typing, can you see it up here? eLearn. elearn.southwest.tn.edu, and that's all you got to type and you'll go straight to this page. Now once you're on this page, you want to click this administrative login because that's kind of the easier way, and then you just simply type your Southwest username and password. Once you're in PAWS, of course, you're going to go up to what's called the course selector. This is also known as the waffle. And so you can, because it kind of looks like a waffle, and you can look down through your courses, and this is the full semester one. So I'm going to click that. And I want to start off by drawing your attention to this main page of our class. Now, it might look a little funny because as the instructor, I'm logged in and I see things a little bit differently. And I did that because I'm actually reaching out to you a little bit before our class starts. This is the computer on my calendar, and you can see today is the 16th. And none of this is going to be accessible to you until the 19th. That's the first day of class, January 19th, 2021. That's the first day of class. So since I'm the instructor, I can log in as me and I can change to view it exactly as you would view it. So this is what you're going to see on Tuesday, January 19th. Again, really want to draw your attention to scroll down this page because one of the resources that we're going to use a lot is, in essence, your book. Now, if you get an email from the publisher saying, here's how you access the book, that is not enough. You have got to go to this website, My IT Lab. It's really just myitlab.com, right? And that's where you're going to do work and you're going to access your book. So the book alone is not enough. myitlab.com is where you're going to go. This is our course for this full semester online, spring 2021. This is our course code. And when you registered into this class, by default, you paid for your textbook and for this access. And when I say textbook, I mean ebook, and all the access to your assignments in My IT Lab. That was part of your enrollment. Now, you can opt out. I believe it's until February 1st. I don't recommend it, as I explained in the syllabus, but if, and if you opted out, then you know that you did because you took steps to do it. So if you're saying, I don't know if I'm in or out, unless you really took steps to opt out, you've paid for this access already, okay? So when you go into My IT Lab, you need the course code to get to our section of the course, but then this is your payment right there, okay? So that's what you paid for, so that's what you want to do. Okay, so you'll see that there and you'll enter that in and you can scroll through, and I highly encourage you to do that. You'll see my contact information, all that good kind of stuff. And so this is just the course homepage. But my goal, if you remember, our agenda is fast login to PAWS, and I told you that, elearn.southwest.tn.edu. And then we want to locate the schedule. So let me go back to my browser. So once you're in PAWS, what I want you to do is click on this content link. When you click on this content link, it's very nicely organized, if I say so myself, and you're going to see table of contents. Like it says SLO, I don't know why. I'm going to click table of contents, because that's going to list everything. And see all my nice folders here, getting started, and then my module 1, module 2. This is everything that I need. But naturally, I'm going to start with getting started. Now, I want you to read through how this course works, the assessment tools, each of these things. But to keep this video as short as I can, come down here to where it says Syllabus, Schedule, and My IT registration information. Now, notice that you have a lot of resources here, how to get help on all kinds of things. And that's just in getting started. So I'm going to click Syllabus, Schedule. Inside of this, it says here's the syllabus, and of course you need to read that. Information about my office hours, and here's our class schedule. So I really want you to be aware of that. I'm going to click on that. Now, here's our class schedule, and this is what it is in kind of a web browser format. And this is updated, this is accurate, and you can use it. But I like to print it, and maybe you're like me. Now, if not, you use this one, and it's online, and there's no problem. But let's navigate here a little bit. I'm going to go back, remember table of contents, or I can just click content. But, what I'm trying to get to is the full table of contents. And I'm in getting started. And if you prefer, you can look under syllabus, schedule, and all that. Keep scrolling down and see how it says supplemental materials. If you go to supplemental materials, you'll see this class schedule as a PDF. And that's what I'm going to click. Now be patient, and in my opinion, especially if you're going to print it, print it, this tends to display just a little bit better. Now you'll notice it's 11 pages, but this is a 15-week class, and so I tried to space things out so that you could see have a page a day almost, not quite. This first page is a cover page, and notice it says that you'll avoid missed assignments if you reference it frequently, as I do. I have to look at this a lot. I teach multiple classes, different preps, and I do this different semesters. As you take, it's same for you. You take multiple classes and all that, so it's easy to get confused. So keep this schedule close. Now, this class is online. We never meet in the classroom. Okay, we don't meet virtually. So just be aware of that. But it is very helpful if you will pretend that you have a class meeting and you've got to get ready for it. So I set this schedule up to pretend like we're on a Wednesday meeting schedule. Now, the class is not self-paced. I'm a little picky about kind of two things, and one of them is due dates. And that's because you're business people and you want careers in business. You have careers in business. And the one thing I know is that business runs on time. Your accountant can't turn in your tax returns late without submitting paperwork, actually, right? there are contracts that have to be submitted on time, bids that have to be submitted on time. You want your payment on time when you complete a contract job for somebody. So all those things are around due dates, and we practice that in our college classes, and I do believe that assignments are due on time. The second thing, I really got just two things I'm kind of a stickler on. The due dates, get it done early if you've got conflicts, and the second thing is just a respectful attitude and a cooperative environment, and I believe in mutual respect. I respect you, and so I do want you to know that. All right, I'll let you read through some of this. If I have to change the schedule, I really don't do that unless something really gets messed up. And then I'll email you and I'll let you know. Here's that website to go directly to PAWS, just in case you're not clear on that. And some other websites like where to get the software that you need, which is the Office 2019. So Word 2019, Excel 2019, PowerPoint 2019 are available to you free at this website with your Southwest. And then My IT Lab website. And I told you paid for that unless you specifically opted out as you enrolled in the course. As we've already mentioned, none of this is going to be available to you, this content, not in My IT Lab, not in PAWS, until our class officially begins. So I'm going to go on down here and look at the first page. I'm not going to go through every page, but I want you to get the feel. So when you have access this first week of class, what I need you to do is start reviewing the syllabus, make sure you're familiar with this schedule, look around in PAWS, make sure that you get that course code that I mentioned to you, make sure that you can even copy and paste these things like that access code, which is the payment. Okay, go into My IT Lab because you're going to need to create your username. And in fact, by Saturday, the first Saturday after our class begins, you're going to need to do three things. I want you to take this attendance quiz, and this is going to be in PAWS, and it's a one-question quiz. It's basically like saying I'm here, but the reason that you want to do it is because you get points for doing it, so you definitely want to do that. I want you to introduce yourself to me, to your classmates. We're going through this together, so let's all be together. Let's introduce ourselves. You'll see that I've already posted my introduction out there. This is in PAWS. Now then you're going to go to My IT Lab, and you're going to use that course code, and you're going to use that access code to create your username. Right? Don't worry about I don't have money to pay for it yet, because you already paid for it when you enrolled in the class. And then there's a fourth thing. The fourth thing is that you're going to earn some bonus points because you're going to take a pre-test. Now, this is bonus points only, and you earn the bonus points by taking it. So you definitely want to do this because we're going to take this same test, an SLO test, at the end of the class. And it'll be similar. It's not exactly the same, but it'll be similar, and it will not be in PAWS, okay? But this pretest helps me to understand, the pretest is in PAWS, and it helps me to understand what you know right now. That's all, okay? Now, that's all due by Saturday, but this may seem like a lot, but in fairness, these assignments will not take long. Now, then you're going to make sure you get all your homework done by Tuesday. Okay? See how that would be like theoretically before your next class meeting, but we don't ever meet in class, but you're pretending, but you got to hit these due dates. So make sure you're keeping these due dates handy. One thing that successful students do is they print this. They go to kind of a family calendar where they have all their work schedules and their other class schedules and due dates. And that way you can see if you've got a whole bunch of stuff due Tuesday, then you're going to have to do some things Saturday and Sunday and Monday to make sure that you get done. Now, there's 3 assignments per chapter. The first one is a quiz. And you have your ebook because My IT Lab is the ebook. So you read a little bit in your ebook, but don't get caught up in the reading because this course is very much a how-to course. But you will notice that there are best practices described. So you do want to look at those paragraphs, but you can do it interactively. Okay? You can have the quiz open and you can use your book. When you finish the quiz, you're going to move on to the training simulator. This will take time, okay? This is going to be in My IT Lab, and it's awesome. And I'll tell you more about it in another video. But what it's going to do is it's going to ask you to complete a task, and if you know how to do the task, then you'll complete it. And this is all in your browser. This is no software installed on your computer. It's all in your browser. And so you use this simulator to, you go through, but it looks so real. I mean, it's really real, okay? But what if you don't know how to do it? There are built-in tools that will guide you through it. It will literally highlight a little section of the screen in the simulator and say click here, and then it'll tell you click there, and then it'll tell, so it teaches you. If you don't know how to do it, it will teach you. Isn't this is the right class to take online, because that is an awesome tool. Now, the quiz teaches you kind of the best practices, right, and some terminology, things like that. The training simulator makes sure that you know how to, and you earn a grade, of course, for each one of those. And then the third assignment is where you do need the software installed on your computer. So we're going to study Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel, and Microsoft PowerPoint. And if you're working on Word, you need to have Microsoft Word on your computer, the Office 2019 version, to do this assignment. If you have a Chromebook, then you make sure you take advantage of that laptop loan program so that you can get a proper laptop. You're going to need that. If you have a Mac, it will work. You can install the software. There might be some modifications in certain commands. The book tries to help you with those. I'm not going to say it's perfect, okay, because this class is designed for the Windows operating system. But the grader, what is a grader? Again, I'll give you more information, but the grader is a set of instructions, and it gives you a little starter file, and it says, format this word in the file to do this, bold, center it, make your margins 1 inch, things like that. And you go through and do it, and here's the genius part of this. You upload it, and it immediately tells you your score. And why is that important? Because you're going to want to look at the syllabus and find out how many times you can upload this and get a perfect score. Because if it marks you wrong on something, you fix it and then you upload it again. Right? Also, this is a pass-fail grade, so you really want to make sure that you get that minimum score, that you know what you got to get. So make sure you look at that syllabus, because you're going to want to get comfortable with the syllabus so that when it's time to do work, you're focused on the work. And you only need to reference the syllabus, but you know that you can reattempt quizzes and simulators and graders, and you know how many times. So you want to make sure you know. Now that's week 1, and that's really what I want to concentrate on, because you want these easy PAWS attendance quiz that's so quick. You want the points for that introduction. You want to create your My IT Lab by the due date, and then you want to hit the ground running with this first chapter on Word. But you can look ahead, and you can find out what's due for Word 2. And look, there's another attendance quiz. And you see, when I say first assignment due dates, I mean for this week. So this week, you'll have something due Saturday, and that takes you minutes. But don't forget, you've got to use the schedule so you don't forget, because that's in PAWS, and this is in My IT Lab. You'll continue into Word 3. Notice that there's one more of those attendance quizzes. Now there's only 3. There's not one every week, just for the first 3 weeks, because then I know you're attending. But make sure you remember to do that. And then keep referencing the schedule, because other things do come up along the way. Okay, so you'll continue, and you can even look ahead, and we'll talk about some of these other things as we get closer. I don't want to overwhelm you now, right? But you can see that I like to talk to you with video messages, so that you always have, if you're working at 2 o'clock in the morning, you've got that video and you can look at it. All right, so you see, that's our schedule. Now, I'm going to scroll down just a little bit. If I wanted to download that, I just click that download button. It puts it down here, and that would be in the downloads folder of my computer, and then I can quickly reference it anytime I need it. And see how it pulls up? I could print it, all that good kind of stuff. But that's for later. So what have we learned? We said, first of all, I can click to go to the home page of my class. Remember, the home page is filled with information like your course access code and this payment. Go to Content, and to find your schedule, it's actually listed in here twice. Under Getting Started, you can find it under Syllabus, Schedule, My IT Lab, And when you view it here, it's going to be viewable as a web page, and it's identical. It's actually kind of a copy and paste, okay? It's been saved as a web page. If you prefer the PDF style, which can sometimes be better for printing, make sure you open that supplemental materials folder and view it as a PDF. Okay? Now, a little bit more, but I think that we have completed our checklist. We talked about elearn.southwest.edu. I showed you how to locate that schedule, how to save it to your computer, and how to look at each week of that schedule, and how important, I hope you're hearing me, how important that schedule is. Okay, so while we're here, I just want to show you a little bit more. Did you notice that under Getting Started, it says Assessment Activities, right? Well, this is going to be an easy way. I'm going to click Assessment Activities. This is going to be an easy way to quickly go to that attendance quiz and to the class introduction, right? And this document reminds you to create your MyIT Lab username, so you can open each one of those. But that's under Assessment Activities. Now, remember I told you you have multiple, of those attendance quizzes. Well, under Content, I really try to have everything nicely laid out for you, so that under Module 1, oops, I clicked Module 1 and it jumped down. But see how, Word 1 is our first assignment? And look at that. Under Word 1, Assigned Activities. Oh, okay. And it's just reminding me that I need to go to my IT Lab. That reminds me, okay, so for the attendance quiz, let me make sure you know how to do that. What you can do for attendance quizzes is you can go to Assessment, and then you can go to Quizzes. And you're going to see each one of those quizzes. Now, you can't take them all at one time, okay? You're also going to see that SLO pretest, but Assessment, Quizzes. And that way you can see the quizzes. And this is a reason to get comfortable. You could also go to the discussion by Assessment Discussions. And then you would find that place where you're going to post those introduction discussions. My internet's really slow, so I apologize. That's another reason I like to make these videos in advance for you and then upload them. And see, there's that class introduction, and so you'll be able to read those instructions and click on that. Okay, so lots of things underneath here. In Content, everything should be right there, well organized for you under Content. Okay? So I hope that helps. I am looking forward to meeting you in our online class through your discussion postings. Can't believe we're about to get started. I really do think if you're nervous about using the computer, if you're nervous about taking this online, I just want to offer a moment to tell you that I really feel with this course in particular that the online tools is the way to go, that the online class is the way to go, because those simulators will guide you through it. So if another student can work much faster than you, hey, that's great. They're working independently. If somebody else is slower than you, that's great for them too. They've got the help they need because that simulator is teaching. You've got the tools there. And of course, I'm here. I can make how-to videos. If something is not right, I can make a video to show you how to fix that. And I do have some videos that I'm going to share with you throughout the semester that will help you with some of the work. So I feel like you're well supported. I really hope you feel that way too. And I think we're going to have a good semester. That has been my feedback so far. So I hope that you feel that as well. Thank you so much, folks. I'm looking forward to it.